Yes, sir.
Thank you for accepting my request.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I just have a few things to put in. You know, our people, we are not that too honest. So sometimes we might not get...
And God bless you.
Yeah, and my opinion might hurt a lot of people tonight, but I'm very realistic. So our people are not always honest.
That's good.
We are very pretentious, and but I'm here to say some certain things about the one-man woman thing. Normally, me personally, I'm a one-woman person, but recently the idea of one woman thing, and then you end up having so much concubines outside. I don't like to live a fake life. A lot of our men are living in this table, and it's horrible. It's annoying. I don't like when you say you don't eat something, but behind back you are eating it, or you drink the water. Let me say you don't eat pig, for example, but you drink the water. You know, so I see men that are always honest to have a two wife are bold enough. I see them to be strong men, not the one that will tell you that they want to a one wife, but they are misbehaving outside. They disrespect their women outside. Sometimes they go to an extent of telling some horrible stories about their wives to their side chicks.
To the women. Just
now, I want to tackle you.
Yes, sir.
I personally believe it is more disrespectful to a woman to marry a second wife than for you to have a concubine. Women, talk to me. How would you rather your husband? There are two women here. Let them. Would you rather your husband took a second wife, or that he has some girls outside that he's using to pass his time? Which one will you find more respectful?
Well, for me, see no evil, say no evil, hear no evil. You understand? If I didn't say it, I'm not hot, but I'm second to none. I don't want any man to bring any woman close to my home. Yeah, but whatever he's doing outside is
wake up and smell the coffee.
What did you say, babes?
I said wake up and smell the coffee, babes. Because men, even if they don't physically be with another person, they will look.
Choose one. Your husband having a side chick, or your husband taking another wife?
I'd rather he takes another wife.
My husband having a side chick. My husband having a side chick.
Look, DF, because you see, let me tell you, right? To have a side chick, people say, some people will say, okay, I don't mind if my husband has a side chick, so long as he doesn't bring it home and all of that. Do you know that that side chick could determine your happiness, determine what school your children will go, determine how your career would go? No, wait, hang on. Let me make my point, right? Do you know that sometimes your husband could say, for example, oh, let's move house, right? And then you obey him because what? You are a submissive wife, right? And then you decide to move house. And that means that your children have to move schools, right? Not see their friends anymore, and then you have to change your church. Change it. Hang on, just hold on. Let me just make my point. 2 seconds. Hang on. Just 2 seconds. Hang on, yeah? And then you move house. You've moved house. And then you've moved to a new estate. And it's not easy for you to go to work, but you've done that for your husband. And then you realize his side chick lives in the new estate. And she has made your husband make that decision for you people to move. Then you find out. Or you want to go on holiday. You want to go to...
Wife too cannot
it's
help.
better the woman comes to the house and you know what you're dealing with.
No, when he has a second wife, he will still have a side chick outside, and that makes them 3 or even 4.
No, if he doesn't.
Let's imagine he has 2 wives. You think, let me tell you, any decision a man makes in a polygamous home, the women will believe that the other one is influencing it. Now, let's allow our guy to finish. And I'm going to come back to this argument. Brother.
Okay. Daddy Freeze, you know this story of one woman, one man. You know, our women, they are not going to be, like I said, we are not honest people, but we always say we are going to take it, we are going to take it, but at the end of the day, we are not going to take it. And some of us are the ones that are pushing our men to have even those concubines, I mean side chicks, because when your husband approach you that, okay, I want to have 2 wives, you'll be like, no, it's not acceptable. They don't accept it. And sometimes it makes them to quarrel. So it makes these guys to now, okay,
You know
let me be
what?
hiding for this person.
And
Let me
why?
finish, please. Let me finish, please.
Okay.
Don't be offended.
Okay.
This is having 2 wives. This is the opinion. Is it our sorry, is it our culture? No, it's not our culture. Having 1 wife is not our culture. It's a borrowed culture, the same way that we borrowed religion, Christianity, and so on and so forth. You know, so now, can we maintain our own? Our women are not going to accept it because they now feel that they know more than our mothers, our grandmothers knew then. They want to emulate the Westerns, and they are not ready to take it all. They don't want to emulate all the cultures of the Western.
Our women today know more than our grandmothers. Do your grandmother
yes,
know?
so they feel like they know better now. When you want to bring the Western culture, you take the ones that suit you, your own idea, and leave the rest. That is what they are doing. They want to eat their cake and still have it. Okay, at the end of the day, this 1 woman, 1 man thing is like polygamy. I support polygamy. Let me tell you why I support it. It's like you having a gun. Like you, I don't know if it's right to say gun here. To have a gun can protect you. It can also kill someone. People use gun to hurt people, and also people use gun to defend their country sometimes, isn't it? So when you have this polygamy of a thing, some men are the cause of it, not polygamy itself. Some men are the cause of it because you marry 1 wife, your children, they say that polygamy brings a division in the family. There are so many men and women that married 1 woman, 1 man. Today, their children does not talk to each other. They don't talk to each other. They grow up to become enemies.
I disagree. I strongly.
I want to tell you, I want to say something here, please. When you are growing up, you might have this cordial relationship with your siblings, but as time goes on, you guys start having marriage, having kids, having grandchildren. You see enmities. That is when you bring the uncle. My uncle have did juju for me. My uncle have said I'm not gonna progress. My uncle children have said it. There's always division. If you doubt me, if your parents have siblings that have grown to 70 years, 80 years, they have children, they have grandchildren, have grandchildren. There's enmity. There's enmity between many families today.
From the wives. The enmity starts from the wives.
Let me give you a point. Let me make my point. Let me make my point so that I can come in. When you marry 2 wives and they have kids from different wives, we are the cause of it. Just like you, Mr. You know, the recent person that married our celebrity that is popular. Let me not mention his name or her name today.
Okay.
The way he's doing it by taking that first one, this last one, taking her everywhere, showing off, buying her things and all of that, it will make other people to be jealous because we are jealous by nature. All of us will have this atom of jealousness inside us, no matter how you see it, even with your husband and your wife, even your children. So when you are making it too obvious for all this, for your other wives or the children from other women to be seen that you are taking this particular woman to be more important to you, you will start making the other woman to be jealous. When you are treating the other children to be like they are more important to you, it is going to make other children to start feeling jealous. Even in my family, I am like, my family likes me a lot, but I don't always want them to make it obvious to my siblings so that it doesn't bring enmity between me and them. We have this atom of jealousness inside us. We are the problem why the polygamy is bearing a bad name. Just like I said, a gun, you can use it to defend yourself. You can also use it to hurt people. So the problem is not polygamy. The problem is the people that are involved in polygamy. You will be taking 1 woman outside, buying gifts to her. How do you want the rest to feel? You are taking one to you give birth to a fair child that is fair. Then you mean, in Igbo language you call it omama asaro meaning a white child that is better than a black child, and you are making the ones that are dark skinned that feeling like they are inferior. Those are the kind of things that brought this distraction today for us to now see our own culture as a taboo and see a Western culture
So
as normal way.
Say that in African culture, for men to marry 2 women, right? Or more
yes,
than 2.
Listen, I'm someone that I like when
yeah.
people,
So who abolished the culture? Is it the religion that abolished it?
I want to come in. I like when people are very honest.
Okay.
If you are very, very honest, I don't like men that cheat on their wives. I see it to be very, very disrespectful. If you say you cannot be blaming Yale and the rest while you have like
Can I
five
ask you a
outside.
question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
Please. 1 minute. That one man that has 2 wives, okay? Is it possible that those 2 wives could be enough for him and he will not have any concubines outside? Is it possible?
It is possible when you make it to be normal. Like if you have an agreement, let me answer you, please. If you have an agreement with your partner, like this is what I want, and give her a reason why you want it that way, maybe this one have these qualities and this one have these qualities, and they want to have it all. There's some women, they are very beautiful, they are manner and all of that, but in bed they are not good in bed. And there's some men that like women that are good in bed, but they have small errors on other side. Maybe they are not caring and all of that. So men want to have it all. So when you have this conversation with your partner and give her a reasonable reason, she might kick against it. So men, married women that are very, very, they are morally okay, but they don't have this bad vibe that their side chicks give them outside. But they probably have someone that could give them these vibes on the side. They want to make it the second wife, but their wife does not agree. I don't know if you understand my point.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking. You've not answered my question. By the time they get that second wife, does that stop them from cheating? That's what I'm asking you, from having concubines.
As a lot of people, if you ask me personally, I would definitely not cheat. I would definitely not cheat. And I want to make something clear before I leave. A lot of things that we see to be the modern, we have modernized a lot of things. We have seen things to be like a civilization and all of that. I believe you see people that takes their women to shine, a husband to shine, to take oath. For example, it could be a covenant, it could be anything, just to make sure that what.
I like
Please,
what
let me come in. When you make a covenant to someone, when you make a covenant with someone, you should be able to start on your covenant. All right. Okay. So if I tell you that I'm not gonna cheat, my word should be my word. You should be able to hold me accountable for my word. And if I get against it, then you can use it against me. That's what I have to say on that. So we should stop making our men to be pretentious and going around having side chicks and all of that. And there is a lot of, this thing brings a lot of destruction, because sometimes it makes our men to go and they take STD, come and give their wives. Sometimes
I want to ask you a question. Why do men love to sleep with 2 women at the same time all their life, or more than 2 women? Is it how God structured it to be? Why are they not satisfied with 1 woman?
Hold on, guys.
Sorry.
I want to address something first of all. We need to, because I can see here that we are avoiding social constructs. The reason why tradition and religion permitted polygamy was because the society was based on the physical strength of a man.
Okay.
Men went to war. The population of women against men historically there was always a deficit. Women don't go to war. Men go to war. And when their numbers. So you will have, even a particular prophet from a religion had many wives, and the reason why he had many wives was because these were widowed women whose husbands had passed on during the war.
Okay.
Now, according to the construct of those societies, a woman was nothing unless she had a man. If you read Matthew chapter 14 and 15, the feeding of the 4 and the 5,000, women were not counted. According to the evolution of the societies, because societies were built on strength. You need physical strength to hunt. You need physical strength to do certain things. You need physical strength to defend your home. Women did not have the physical strength to match their men. So men, as a result, had multiple women whom they could take care of. As society evolved, a woman or strength is nothing in today's world. You see a man with big muscle like this, a small guy go slap him, he no go fit slap him back because he has to exercise self-control.
Okay.
There was actually a time when if you liked a woman, you just carry a club her on the head and carry her inside your cave. That's how the cavemen.
Oh, wow.
Yes. The society today is built on intellect, not physical strength. Anything a man can do, 2022, a woman can do it.
Okay.
No, they can't.
I was in the UK. Hold on.
I disagree.
Mention one thing that a woman cannot do.
A woman cannot comfortably feed a man for 2 years without complaining.
That is, of course.
That's not true.
What are you talking about?
That's not true. Not all women. Not all women.
A woman cannot comfortably feed a man or take care of the family for 2 years without changing from who she used the way she used.
Because
that's not true, my brother. You have wrong impression about women. That's not all women.
Are the freaks. You need to hear me very, very well. I don't think you paid attention to what I said. I said a woman cannot comfortably. Please allow me, please. Coming in and out to giving you helps where and there is different. A woman cannot comfortably feed the family, take care of the homes for 2 years without changing from who she used to be. Maybe by character, maybe the way she talks to you and all of that without complaining. That is fact.
I disagree.
Well, I disagree. And now you see, I need to understand.
Because I've experienced it.
When I say, hold on. When I say, what can a woman do? I don't mean, I mean what job. Women are bricklayers, women are surgeons, women are pilots, women are scientists, women are astronauts, women are actresses. There's no job a man can do that a woman cannot do. Roles in society are not gender defined. Those days, women cannot do the hard work men used to do. They can't even go to war. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yes.
So the reason why men had more wives was largely because of societal constructs. In today's world, those constructs do not exist. The society in which your grandmother grew up does not exist today. So expecting to find a woman that will marry you as second husband, you got to get plenty money. And one of the reasons why I discourage polygamy is, listen to me, all of you, polygamy is not for struggling men. Polygamy is not for struggling men. It annoys me when I see a poor man or a struggling man talking about polygamy. It annoys me. It irritates. Get a side chick. But I want to marry 2 women. Can you afford it? King Solomon, that had 1,000 women, was the richest man that has ever lived. Till today, his wealth is times 10 of what Elon Musk has.
33, please.
So, no. This is a very important question. A very important question. Because men want to be polygamous, but they don't understand the response. You think. Listen, if $40 gets up today and says he wants to marry a second wife, okay, Nedu Woko, okay. But they struggle.
I wanted to make a reference.
Listen, let me tell you, I understand that narrative of a woman sometimes is not enough for a man, blah, blah, blah. Get a side chick. Instead of polygamy.
Adultery. That's adultery.
It is not adultery. Abraham had side chick. Moses had side. There's nowhere where concubine is adultery. It's another construct of the Western. Now, hold on. Let me finish. Wait. Very important. And as you are getting your side chick, just know, say your woman, your wife will have a side bobo. Just know, any man that is poor or average, listen, if you want to have a second wife in today's world, you have to be able to provide her with driver and escort. if you think say the two of you they enter bus go, as they go see her own boyfriend. Women are very, which woman in this life that will know that you have another wife and she will not be taking care of herself. Now so you handsome, now so it's a big bench. They follow you do the polygamy for house, but they come out and nothing where you feel do. Anybody will want to argue this thing, we will tell ourselves truth.
That the freeze. I want to ask you something. You reference to Solomon.
Yes.
Solomon. Okay, that was in the Bible. Like most people that does not believe in Christianity might not agree with what you are saying. So you reference to that. Now I want to ask, before Bible came to Africa, before Christianity came to Africa, were our parents, our forefathers doing polygamy before?
I explained this thing to you. The societal construct under which our parents lived does not exist today, and it is not a yardstick for today's society. You cannot base your society, your today's society, on a society where if your mother did not marry by the time she was 20, they will look at her like she has a problem.
But you reference to Solomon. Solomon time, we are not here. Now, we are not talking about Solomon now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Remind something to him. I want to remind something to you, bro. You said that having a side chick is committing adultery, but you also said that it's our culture to marry two wives. So now, is religion not a borrowed culture? If you're now trying to talk about culture, so how does adultery come into it? Since religion is also not your culture, the religion of Christianity and committing adultery.
Right in that regard, according to our culture as Africans. But you see, you also need to understand that according to our culture in Africans, a man having a concubine is not adultery.
Thank you.
It's not adultery, even as according to our culture.
It's not.
Okay,
listen,
in conclusion,
taking care of, but it's not his wife.
In conclusion, what I'm saying is this: side chicks. I think it brings a lot of disrespect to my partner.
Wife that brings disrespect. Forget this thing where you talk. Say, let me tell you, the worst thing you can do for a woman is to share. Where as a side chick, she knows her place. Do you understand? She knows her place. She knows that her job is to service the man. Even if she has children, she knows her place. She knows that the wife is the wife. But once you don't they marry them too, you don't they bring two women to the same level. We have a new lady in the house, Lizzie. Let's hear Lizzie.
Hi, Daddy Freeze. How are you, sir?
Hi.
Yeah, for some reason your hi sister, hi brother, hi everybody in the house. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, before I start, Daddy Freeze, for some reason your news feed doesn't pop up on my page anymore. I actually have to search for your name to get updates. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, maybe I've been shadow banned.
I don't know if anybody else is experiencing it.
Don't come and be saying all these words on my life. I've been shadow banned. That's what happens. If I don't pop up, I'm shadow banned.
Yeah, I have to search for your name to get updates. And yes. But yes, on this topic, I just believe me personally, it's not normal. It's not normal for a man to have two wives, because I feel like he cannot love them the same.
Thank you.
The love will never be equal. Never. And as for the women, they cannot marry a poor man. They can marry a poor man that already has a wife. So the love is going to be manipulated. The love is going to be fake at some point, because basically you're marrying another man for his money when you know that he already has a wife. So you are in there for something. You're not in there for love. Okay? And no woman will welcome a second wife. Okay. Full-heartedly. Say, I welcome you full-heartedly. No woman.
Especially in this generation.
Not even in the old even in the generation of our grandmothers.
Forefathers.
You know, they just try to tolerate each other, but the love will not, you know, it will not be, it's not, it can never be equal for the man.
Daddy Freeze.
The man will not love them the same.
Daddy Freeze.
And the woman is not going to marry that man based on love. There's something she's in it for. And a man that has 2 wives does not mean he's not going to cheat. Of course he's going to cheat. Just because he has 3 wives does not mean he will not have a side chick. He will have a side chick.
That's what I was asking. That after having 2 wives, we then now put control to their taste of testing of one and the goosey and the dikai.
It will still be out there, my sister.
I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question.
A man that is not disciplined, the only thing that can keep a man is discipline. You have to be disciplined, because when you got married to that woman, it was for better or for worse. So you need to remember that better, and for better or for worse, that was the vow you took when you got married. For better or worse. It didn't include marrying a second wife. It didn't include having side chick out there. No, there are still good men out there. That the Freeze is one of them. There are good men out there that love and respect their wife, and they will never have a side chick or even think of marrying another woman.
I want to ask a question. What's your issue with polygamy? What's your issue with a man marrying 2 wives? What's your personal reason?
That's something you cannot do in diaspora now. It's only in Nigeria, Africa.
We are not in diaspora.
Come and marry 2 wives here.
This is
the
problem.
I want to tell you something tonight. Can I tell you something tonight?
Yes,
I've experienced a relation married to 2 wives, and I saw how they killed each other. The new wife that came in, diabolical, killed the 3 sons of the first wife. They said they went to ask questions somewhere in Calabar, and they said it was the second wife who did that. And that lady ended up, I don't know what happened to her. She ran out mad from that house. And then the man now remained with his first wife without any children at all. And they've already advanced in age. So I think polygamy brings hatred, jealousy, a lot of juju, that, like we say, diabolical things. And that's not good for the children growing up in that home. But the people who did it successfully in the olden days, that's fine. But in this generation, a lot of women are exposed to a lot of nonsense. So it's better for a woman not to know that her husband is cheating. That's why I say, see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. Like, they should go out, do their thing, come back, and clean mouth.
Respect your wife. Period, sis.
No.
You said it all.
I want to come in, please. When you say respect your wife, do you know that it's very, very disrespectful for you to be cheating on your wife in the first place?
It is disrespectful. But for your wife to find out that you're cheating on her, that is even more disrespectful. Because you cannot control what a man does. You cannot control what a man does, and you can't follow him everywhere to see what he's doing. No.
Please. Allow me. I want you to understand what I'm saying.
Okay, but
first of all, it's very disrespectful for you to cheat on your partner, whether she knows about it or she doesn't know about it.
So you rather the man have a second wife, right?
Hold on. Now, I want to say something to that.
You're a man, so I don't expect anything less.
I want to ask you a question. You want to have a second wife, right? What about your wife? What if she wants to have a second husband?
It has never been recorded in anywhere in history. Even
don't say that, bro. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Even African tribes practice it.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Daddy Freeze.
It's so convenient
I have no knowledge of what you're saying. Today we are talking about men having more than one wife.
That why can't women marry one woman, 2 men? I've been saying it since I came in now. I've been saying it since. You didn't hear me.
And Daddy Freeze said something.
And that's equal rights too. That's equal rights.
Daddy Freeze said something.
Exactly.
Hold on,
you guys want to marry 2 women.
Let me bring another guy. Let us hear what another guy has to say. All right.
I don't understand, because the guy, he looks like he's biased with women. I don't understand. There's some issue going on in his mindset with women. You know, he kept saying everything.
And women are always in the receiving end. It's very sad. Women are always in the receiving end.
I don't understand what women did to him. He needs to change his mindset about women.
All right. We've got somebody here. What's your take, ma? Real quick. So I'm rounding off in about 5 minutes.
You will struggle, you will cook, you will clean, you will go to work, you will still come back and deal with a cheating husband. No.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Please, thank you for removing that guy. I wanted to ask him, in fact, it's because of him in particular I stood up from the bed to come and
God
join
bless you.
Because you can't say it's allowed for a man to take a second wife. Was that the discussion from the beginning when you guys were married?
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you make that vow? When you were making your wedding vow, did you make that vow that you would take a second wife? You have to stick to the vow.
You're telling me you want to take another wife. And you're saying that there are women who cannot feed their husband for 1 year. I can give you, for in fact, where I live,
that's a lie. There are women that will feed their husband and you will not yet pay him.
He said after 6 months, women will start complaining. Where? How?
That's a lie. Not all women.
That's what I told him. I said he has a bad mindset about women.
Here, these women have been feeding their husbands without their husbands working for 1 day.
Even here, women, some women work harder than their husband. They earn more money, but you will never know.
There was a time my dad was low in cash.
They pay more bills than their husband, but you will never know.
For over 4 years, without complaining, she will whine, smile, and you will never know my mom was the one carrying the family. My father will still come out and be the one displaying.
For a while.
You understand? My mom will pipe low. You will never know. For over 4 years, until Popsy now grow up again financially. So I don't know why he got that mindset from that women will help their husband just 6 months and they start complaining. How? I don't understand. You know, he really needs to go and change his mindset about women. For real.
Woman, if my husband is having a side chick, why can't I have a side man? I cannot.
Then you go out there and bring STD, bring disease to the woman. A lot of them even go to the extent that they don't even use protection when they're messing with this side chick. They don't use protection.
They
get them pregnant.
I know somebody that their marriage is on mutual level. The man goes outside and the woman goes outside. It is a mutual level. Yes, I know that. Wow. The woman does what she does outside. She goes to nightclubs, she hangs out with her guys and everything. The man does the same thing because they're on a mutual level. So if you're in that kind of marriage and my husband, okay, you want to keep a side chick outside, I'm ready to keep a side guy outside.
What I was trying to say is that if your husband is having a side chick, you have no idea about it. But bringing a second wife to the house is creating enmity between those two women. That's why some adage in Africa will say make it 3 women. So that there will be peace. You know, some adage will tell you.
Let me tell you, no second wife can marry a poor man. Nobody. I've never seen a poor man marry a second wife.
They're always in it for something.
That's what CF always says.
They're always in it for something. It's never pure intention. You see a married man and you want to go in there. You're in it for something. It's not for love.
This is my life. Go to Facebook and go and buy.
It's not for love. You're in it for something.
Buy stars. People are enjoying the life. It's so sweet.
Yeah, I bought that 2 days ago. We bought that.
Cost you, darling, almost 600 people. All of you, everybody. Time is people's body. Your bodies are tottering.
Yes, please. So that topic is
go.
It's sweet as well. Not like
I'm not talking for them to talk. Go to Facebook. Oh yeah, all of you now. Search on the top right-hand corner. You see the search bar. Search for Daddy Freeze. DADDYFREEZE. When the video pops up, when my page pops up, I have 750,000 followers. Scroll down to today's video. You see me wearing this shirt, waving my hands. That's how you know it's today's video. And go and buy stars. Let me even hail you. Now, only, what's this guy's name? Coco Boy Music. Now, I don't buy stars today. Only Coco Boy. And people are enjoying it. No. Oh, yeah, everybody. Let's make this happen. Now, you see, I need our men. My problem with the other guy was he is stuck in an era that no longer exists. Exactly. Go and buy a very good car that uses carburetor. Carburetor those days used to be more reliable than injector. But the problem is, how many people can fix carburetor in 2022? Some things are gone. Polygamy, in the sense of one man, more than one wife, was a societal construct. Yes, you can argue not that a man can have. It's easier for me, for instance, especially when I was in my 20s. If you give me 3 girls every day, the 3 girls will run. The next day, bring another 3, they will run. And I know they tire. But I don't think a woman can service 3 men in a day.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. A guy can conveniently service one woman that is extra, that wants too much. A guy can handle her 1 in a day. 3 average women, saying give them 2. Give 1, 2 for morning. Give 1, 2 for afternoon. Give 1, 2 for night. A guy can handle women like that easily without feeling it. But a woman cannot. So we need to also understand that biologically, there's a difference between men and women.
Yeah, men's libido are very high.
A man can sleep with 100 women in a year and get 60 of them pregnant, and he'll still be the same.
Whoa.
Yes, now.
That's facts.
If you give, not me, every day, woman that is ovulating, every day you bring a woman that is ovulating, in 365 days, that man will have slept with 365 women. Out of that 365 women, guarantee 150 go get belly.
Exactly.
Wow.
Guarantee.
That's facts.
A woman cannot have 30 children in her lifetime. A man can have 2,000 children in his lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Biologically, without any medical counsel, just they bring them.
Okay.
You can have 2,000 children. So biologically, men are different from women. And men tend to want more sexual gratification, or we were told. Big shout out to Irene Adekboju. She sent 500 stars. Thank you so much, Irene Adekboju. She came over to Facebook to get Daddy Free some stars. What are you waiting for? Come over to Facebook. But you see,
Irene.
also, hold on.
Irene.
One of the reasons, thank you so much, Irene. One of the reasons why female gratification, when it comes to enjoying the act, was also socially constructed. That's why many African tribes circumcise their women to take away some of the pleasure.
Oh, wow.
So out of the 3, one of you, out of the 3 of you,
what did he say?
Among you circumcised?
No.
I will hate my parents for that if they ever circumcise me.
Really?
I will never forgive them.
There's a way they do it without doing that one. They do hot water in our when I was born in the 80s.
Because that's taking away the pleasure. No.
Did they do for you?
Hot water, yeah. There's the way they use hot water in the 80s. The people born in the 80s. I don't know about other people. For me, yes.
Well, not
so
for me.
Why my mom did it is so that your kiniko will not be scratching you all the time, like I was told. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe because when I had my
so listen. So it will not be scratching you means so that you will not be.
Yeah, like
I feel the sexual urge.
So what, you are just. I don't want us to use that word because of already I'm having issues.
Yeah.
So you just buttress the point. Women's, I'm just going to say this word once and we're not going to use it again. Sexuality has always been caged. So a man feels he needs it more than a woman.
Okay.
Because women were societal constructs were used to inhibit women. It does not stop a woman from being promiscuous. Let us not. It reduces pleasure. It does not stop promiscuity. And I'm going to explain to you why. A woman that is doing it for money does not care about pleasure.
Yeah.
If your wife, the difference is if you have 2 women married, one is circumcised, the other isn't, and they do it for money. The difference is the one that is not circumcised will enjoy what she's doing, but they will still do it, and they'll do it as many times as needed to pay the bills. A woman that is with her boss for promotion is not doing it for pleasure. She is promiscuous because she is trying to get somewhere in life.
And I think that happens only in Africa, right?
It happens anywhere a woman wants to grow and she feels that a man can help her grow.
No. In the States, if a woman or a man, whichever way, tries to do something to you, that thing you said, because of a position, the person can be ratted out and is against the law. You can be sued for it. You're not allowed to do that within your work environment.
No, sis, because in some countries, even this is it's legal in some country to be a sex worker. It's legal now.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about sex work. I don't want to use those names.
Hold on, guys. That guy, Genius, that came, he keeps saying that sometimes I wonder why our society don't like to hear the truth. What you spoke is not the truth, sir. It is a twisted version of the truth. The truth today is what
is dead and what out.
What I am. Let me now tell you the truth. Can I have quiet in the house? One,
yes, sir.
Women need it as much as men do.
Yes, facts.
Two, as much as you want to have a second wife, so does your wife want to have a second guy.
Facts.
That is the truth. What you said about a man having a second wife is, let me be honest with you, is chauvinistic, is patriarchal, is misogynistic. You cannot tell in today's woman, if my daughter tells me that her husband brought a second guy to the house, I will find her boyfriend by myself.
Of course.
Okay.
Don't ever believe that any woman, unless you want to go to your village and go and marry an idiot
and become your titled head.
If you want to practice polygamy, what annoys me is when poor people start talking about polygamy.
Exactly.
It is annoying. Polygamy is for poor men. Women don't need men in their lives. You don't. Are you married? How many of you are married here? I have 3 women here. How many of you are married?
I'm not married, sir.
Yes.
Are you living your life well?
I'm living very fine. Very fine. I'm not married, but I'm good.
A man for anything?
Well, on that aspect, I don't, because I get it if I want to get it, you know.
You can get it.
I do not need,
you see,
of course.
Those days, let me tell you something. And to me, the most annoying thing is when you are not wealthy, you are greedy when it comes to women. It's greed. When a man is wealthy, and especially if he is a gentleman of leisure, he has worked, he has investments that are working for him, he's sitting down and every month $1 million is entering his account, he can afford to play with polygamy. I will tell you the truth. I came from a polygamous home, and if there's anything, let me tell you, there's no peace in polygamy.
Okay.
It's unrealistic. There's no peace.
Polygamy. I come from a polygamous home.
Anybody
that tells you that they came from a polygamous home and they have peace is a liar.
A liar. Okay.
A big one.
Thank you.
Wealthy. Wealth has a way of coming.
Silencing things. Thank you. DF, you will live long.
You no get money, you can't get plenty wife. You are
now where witchcraft enter now? Where witchcraft and competition go enter?
There is no peace in polygamy. Why are we lying to ourselves? Shebi brother says he wants to be telling the truth. I come from a polygamy. Okay, because I've been quiet since morning, I kept quiet. I come from a polygamous home. Every day
and then we're talking that I'm talking nonsense.
Every day you settle one, there's always a matter to settle. There is no peace. It's war. So we need to get to that point where we start telling ourselves the truth. Polygamy is African culture. Polygamy is Bible. Polygamy is Quran. Why don't I preach it? Because the Bible, which I want to bring in here, whether you don't accept Christianity or not, that's your business. The Bible says that there is no longer Jew or Gentile. Galatians chapter 3, verse 28. We are all one in Christ. This was foreseeing into the kind of society we're going to have today, where a woman no longer needs a man for survival. She no longer needs a man for validation. You don't need a man to vote. You don't need a man's permission. You see, we live in a primitive society in Nigeria. That's why some people tell you they will not rent a house to single women. Abroad, anybody says he will not rent a house to single women, he will not have that house again. They will sue him to the point where he will use money of that house to do law.
That's gender discrimination now.
You
pay for it.
They do that. They do that back home.
Now, here's my problem: is Nigerians want to live in the African fantasy, but they have not developed Africa. So you are going abroad and you are hoping that you will meet a woman that is going to be ready to stay with you as second wife. Brother, you're about to lose the house and the kids. And you might even be confined to a psychiatric home because they will think you are not well.
Of course.
So let me tell you the truth. Someone says not all countries. The countries you want to go to. There are some countries that permit polygamy. You don't want to live there. By countries, where are Nigerians? Okay, all of you, where are Nigerians running to? 3 major places: America, UK, Canada.
Then parts of Europe.
Parts of Europe. People that are in Dubai, they are there because they can't get to Europe or America.
They won't even. They don't even live freely. They have lived in Dubai before. They don't live freely.
So let's be telling ourselves the truth. I have not. Maybe Regina Daniel and Ned, and that's why I said okay, because he's very wealthy.
Of course.
Polygamy. Now, nonsense.
How would you even know if the love is real?
Now, get me wrong, it's not a sin to be polygamous. It's not a sin. If you are polygamous, what the church teaches, if you are polygamous, you will not make heaven. That's a lie. You will make heaven. Polygamy will not take you to hell. It's just that polygamy will create hell for you on earth.
Of course, and
you are polygamous. Look at the one where you will live. Now life with that one.
Let's talk about when you now add more to it. I even tried to tell him about the adage that says if you have 2 wives, make it 3 so that you can have peace as a man. I can't remember what adage is that. He said if you're marrying 2 wives, please make it 3 because 2 wives is a lot of trouble. A lot. So it's better that your husband has a side chick that you don't know about. You have no idea about it. At the moment you know, he begins to trouble you. But I'm not talking about when the man brings the woman officially home and say, I want to marry a second wife. How?
Let me tell you something. As a woman, most women, 90% of women, would tolerate cheating if not first offender.
Okay.
Say your husband went on a date, got drunk, and slept with somebody and didn't do it again ever. 90% of women will forgive. 90% of African women will forgive.
Of course. 98. 98.
About 50% of African women will actually tolerate knowing their husband has a side chick outside as long as he doesn't bring it near them.
That's right.
He doesn't bring it near them. Some women know that their husbands have high drives. And there are some women that once they don't begin, they born children. They don't go open shop for you more than once a month. Any man that has that kind of problem will have a side chick or want a second wife. I understand that. As men, I understand. When there's an imbalance, especially when it has nothing to do with health, the woman just no one do again. You know, if you awesome. You understand? If you are in that, if me, I'm in that kind of relationship, I will cheat. Me, I will cheat. Because it don't reach stage where it don't turn to punishment. But me and my woman are on the same wavelength. We understand each other. We're working together. Why do I need a second wife?
Exactly.
Why don't you marry right? You see, the problem is you married wrong, so you want 2. You want the best of both worlds. Sit down and evaluate what you need. If you are a physical person, marry a beautiful wife.
Exactly.
She might not be. You know what a man wants? A man wants a beautiful wife that is sexy, that can walk and be hardworking, and have
be a big bed.
Women are not Ferrari.
You can't have it all. You can't.
You have to pick. You have to pick. Is it that you pick beauty with no manners, but or hard work with no beauty and sometimes no manners? Sometimes in a woman, you carry one whole woman, the only thing we did are manners. She go respect you, she go beg you, she go hail you, but she will not turn you on. So know what you are doing. Marry a woman that you will look at 20 years from now and she will still sweet you. And marry a woman that, you see, you have to sit down with your women and tell them the truth.
God bless you. God bless you. Please tell them.
That, since you don't marry them, finish. No, marriage is a maintenance.
Exactly. 20 years, you guys wake up and look at each other and say, oh, we will still do it over again.
Buy a car and drive it for 5 years, make the engine no knock. You have to buy fuel. You have to. So a marriage is like that. Women, they married you in the house. I met a woman one day that says her husband cannot sleep with her every day. Now, what kind of nonsense is that? Does he not have work? Let me tell you, some men are blessed enough that they can create, like me. If I want to sleep with my wife 5 times a day, I will create the time. Does not mean I'm not making more money than the person that goes to work in traffic early in the morning. It's just that he chose his priorities wrong. So once you start saying, I cannot give this to my man, you are opening your door for either side chick or second wife. If you work with your husband very well, the two of you are working together, you understand your man, like peace. Second wife, na problem. They don't want it. They will only go there if there's nothing they are gaining at home. You see, life is a balance. It's like this. The men don't want to scatter that balance. You have a good home, a respectful wife that does what you want. They don't want to scatter that. They know that if they bring in a second wife, it will drop like this. There will be an imbalance. And most men cannot deal with the stress of work, the stress of bill paying, and then the stress of... So they would rather have a good wife that understands them and can satisfy them and does not quarrel with them. They'll be okay. But when you now don't turn to quarrel, I know men that don't go home because their wife will quarrel with them. I know men that don't go home. So when they don't go home, you are now opening them up for the possibilities of either side chick or
That's
second.
right.
Let me tell you, as I talk this second wife, you get the way my wife go stress me. I go get second wife or side chick. When a woman drives me mad.
I don't believe you.
Daddy Freeze will never have a second wife. No.
The way I am now.
Oh, he said he gets the way. He said he gets the way.
I am looking for in my life that my wife cannot give me. I'm looking for
exactly.
Another thing, they tell women to be sexy at home. So women now dress like, I don't know, they don't look nice at home. They don't want to look appetizing to their husband. The women should, I don't know how to say it. Maybe wear a pants and bra around when the children go to bed. Stop tying wrapper on your, I go to some people's house and they will open door and they are tying wrapper.
I have a problem with people who do black and white. Like Yusuf Adeniji says, you supported side chicks. I'm not supporting side chicks. I'm just telling you side chicks are better than second wives. If my father had side chicks when we're growing up, by now, I can't maintain side chick again. The side chick.
Okay.
But second wife.
Side chick go marry now. Side chick
they don't understand until they try it. Let them go.
Side chick will get tired and move on.
No transfer.
Now she born 1 or 2 children for it. Now still side chick, not be your wife. She go still waka go her own. The children will always be the family children.
Definitely.
But you see, that polygamy, even the people practicing it will never advise you to practice it.
Of course.
Even they will tell you hellfire. It is hell. Your blood pressure will be You think, let me tell you, if you have one good wife, your blood pressure will come down. You understand? Someone said, Genius is saying someone should help me with that woman that can comfortably take care of you without putting up attitude.
Really?
Women are not wired to take care of you without giving you attitude. Generally, one or two men exist that
if yes.
balance.
He should come. I will show him a lot of them. That if he's where I
why would women take care of a man anyway?
Where
the Bible said women be submissive to your husband. Husbands love your wife. I don't understand why he's anyway. I don't want to talk about it.
No, it's okay for a woman to support her husband. Things
So
are not always going to be rosy.
Think ladies would prefer to have kids outside? I'm telling you, women don't want to share their husbands. They would rather he has children outside. They will even the children for you. They don't want to share
do you know that some women don't even want to share their husband with their sister-in-laws and mother-in-law? Not to talk about another second wife. Some women is that bad that they don't want to put their sister-in-laws around
for years
with their own brother and their own son. Not talk about a woman that is a total stranger.
Someone said, your father didn't manage polygamy. Doesn't mean others can't freeze. First class Ken. You call yourself first class Ken, but you think like you are third class, even pass. Your name should be third class Ken. In fact, pass Ken.
Attendance, university attendance.
Lower class.
Many polygamous homes are thriving. I have seen. I lived in the hood with a settled fight. I'm trying to think of which. Is it my uncle? Is it my neighbors? Which would polygamy does not work.
Daddy freeze. I have
it's not realistic.
A friend that the father married like 4 or 5 wives. Before the father died, the father held her hand and said, my daughter, no matter what, tell your siblings that they are not especially your brothers. No matter what in life, they should never venture into any form of even keeping outside or having up children outside is a big problem. That if he can go back and God can give him a second chance, he will undo a lot of things that he did.
I can never support you. Here's my verdict. Any man that wants to marry a second wife, let his wife also marry a second husband. Any man.
That's the one I stand for.
Let his wife also cheat. I've been
Period. Period.
Okay. Period. My sister. That is. In fact, that's why I jumped on that because of Casey. What are you talking?
Somebody send me stars. Let me even greet the people that bought me stars, Jerry. All these shows.
Exactly.
Michael, thank you so much. Queen Shakira. Oh, thank you so much. Max Brewer. Sophie Ngozi Akume. Thank you guys so much. My top star buyers for today, Coco Boy Music, Queen Shakira, Irene Adekboju, and Max Brewer. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I'm ending here.
Okay.
This is my final verdict. Polygamy will not take you to hellfire, but it will create hellfire on earth for you.
Yo, of course, in your lifetime.
Unless you are very wealthy. If you are a poor man, just as you know, go enter inside BMW, buy motor brand new. No married to wife. Don't punish women and children because of your sex drive. If you know one woman is not enough for you, me, for instance, if I know my woman cannot satisfy me, I would tell her that I'm not going to marry. Why do I want to complicate my life? Instead,
I understand.
I will find a woman that can service me and I will service her. And I will tell my woman at home that it is because you are not living up to your task. That's why I'm going outside. But why would I need to go and make? So if it is for intimacy, when I'm 60, 70, and I no longer have such a need for intimacy again, why do I want to carry the burden? I'll take care of her while we are together. The moment I don't need that again, I will cut it off. I will not complicate my family.
Exactly.
Good one. Let me tell you, I don't know anybody that managed polygamy I've not met the person. I'm just saying this nerd because they watch nerd. Even the same nerd, did the other wife, Leila, not leave her?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you understand?
Of course.
Where get this idea from that 3 women or 2 women will live with one man and they'll be happily ever after?
Never.
Where do people get it from?
Never.
Polygamy is bad, though. It just means that you will run mad inside it. You will run around in circles for the rest of your life. You will settle.
Trying to
even the Mr. Nate, I doubt if he's with all those wives. I think he's with one at a time. Maybe it's people he married in the past. I doubt, because all the time I've seen him since he came out on social media with Regina. He's has always been her all the way. Even the woman who gave birth to those beautiful girls, we no longer hear about her. We hardly see them together. So I don't understand. Even him himself, I don't think he's with all the women all at the same time. Go and look at them.
My sister, make money come on. If there's no money, see if those wives will still stay.
Mention one. Yusuf Adeniji is here talking. Mention one I've not seen. And trust me, I know more people than you. I know more people than you can ever know. My network as a media person for the past 25 years is times 2,000 or 3,000 the regular network. You can unless you are in my field, you can never know as many people as I know. It's impossible. How? Only in this life, 500 and some people are gathering. Meanwhile, there's 47 on TikTok, there's 142 on YouTube, and there's 120 on Facebook.
Wow.
More than 1,000.
You can't know as many people as I do. Forget it. And if I look at, I'm not fighting with Yusuf because Yusuf is polite. I'm just addressing his point. I can tell you for free that successful polygamous homes are probably 5%. Why would you judge? Why would you recommend a narrative that has 5% success rate? If you bring your money inside one investment, that the investment has 5% success rate, you go wait?
No.
You go put your money, if they tell you, say, this business, 5% chance of success. Someone said, Junior says Daddy Freeze, women took over the show tonight.
Yeah, man, now bring a man. The man was
well, he brought a man, and the man is not ready to learn.
Exactly.
He's just spitting whatever he's spitting, talking about.
Let me bring one man and sign off with the man.
Be ready to learn, to unlearn what you know, and learn with Daddy Freeze.
I end here.
Learn something.
Sean, how far?
Yo, Dave, I didn't even know what was going on. Hi, you all right? Hello, everyone.
Real quick.
Yeah. I heard the topic. I'm just sorry. I just don't want to wake my baby up. Yeah. I heard the topic. To be honest with you, I think you covered all grounds, because if we want to look at it from the historical point of view, first of all, and anyone who lives in the UK will understand this. There was a period called the Tudor era in the UK. So now you have the Victorian era when it was the Victorian queens or whatever, and then you got the Tudor era and whatnot. Even Oyinbo people was marrying more than 2 wives, because this topic we've always discussed in my workplace. They had more than 2 wives. That was back then. That was back in those generations. People were, like you rightly said, men go to war. There was more women in the population, and then it was women, more wives was seen as a status quote. And as things moved on, now this is where you can get a little bit political, because you will get some people even here in the UK, like the white people, that will say, well, as things move on, when things like the NHS started being implemented, and maybe government is then giving people more benefit for them to curb the population, they said, well, it's 1 man, 1 wife, because the maximum a man and the wife will have is probably like 4 or 5 kids, where if you have 3 wives, you can have like, you're talking of maybe 30, 10, 20 children. So those are the ifs and buts of it, the political aspects of it. But the other brother that was saying stuff about what's it called, women can. Well, I think it says something about women. Women are not allowed to
marry two husbands. It's not allowed for a woman.
Sorry, say that again. Sorry.
It said a woman cannot marry two husbands.
Yeah, it's totally false, because again, I don't know about in Africa, but there is actually a movement that is very, very popular in Europe and America now. It's called polyamory. So polyamory would be all four of us as we are now. We are just like in relationship with each other. So you might be with Daddy Freeze, I might be with you, and then all of us can be together. It's very, very popular in America. It's popular in Europe, you know. So it's not it's not like a small movement. It's something that is done everywhere. Though it's called polyamory. So you can't say, oh, because like, I mean, I think the key thing is what DF said there is like, a lot of time as Africans, we always look back at what people were doing 200 years ago and trying to fix it in this generation where, you know, the world is moving on. You know, yes, it might be moving on, and excuse me, everything is not the right thing, but you can't keep basing your present on your past. You know, if anyone understand the point I'm making, because the culture that existed back then is no longer here. You know, I mean, America is the strongest country in the world. Probably 47% of their soldiers are women. You know, there was a time women can't even fight, can't even be in the army. You know, so what are you saying now? You know, back in the days when men are like the warriors, and then you come back, you get a lot of wives. Your king will give you wives as your spoil for war. You take slaves. You know, you can impregnate them. It doesn't happen anymore. So, yeah, I think. I mean, like Dave said, I think there is a bit of an overlap of people basing their ideology on something that happened hundreds of years ago.
But sir, would you marry a second wife? Do you agree with that narrative?
Right. That's a very good question. Say, my thing is this. I believe there was a topic Dave did a couple of months ago where he says we human beings, it's not black and white. There's always different shades to human being, and it's going to lead me to your answer. I beg your pardon. See, I personally, I've got 2 girls in my house. My wife is here with me. Sometimes when 3 of them start arguing, sometimes I'll just go to the car, like, so that's just my own family, like my own blood. So I know I haven't got that in me to even have more than wife, because that's just my wife and my 2 daughters, like just going back and forth with each other. And I'm just like, okay, I've tried to solve this. You guys, okay, I'm just going out. You guys sort this out when I come back. Now imagine if that was like 2 women. So
exactly,
I haven't
what
got it in me.
saying. Exactly. Imagine keeping 2 women in the house.
Yeah, I haven't got it in me. Some people have it in them, you know. So that's why again, I mean, it's not like I said, it's not like I'm trying to echo what DF saying. Like, if you got it,
some people have it in them.
Yeah.
The population that has it in them is so small that it does not make sense to use that as a yardstick.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree.
Do you understand?
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. And again, I think mostly in Africa as well is like it's seen as a lifestyle, you know. And having 2 women is I mean, going into polygamous.
But my problem with Africans is they are not ready to live in Africa.
Yeah.
They have African mentality in Canada. They want to have African mentality in London. They want to have African mentality in France. You will fail.
Yeah.
You are abroad and you have more than 1 wife. Not only you will run mad, the government will run you mad.
Of course.
Off this night, we're going to come back with this topic. It's a very hot topic. Thank you all so much. Black Mentor, I'm sorry, Black Mentor wanted to send my jacket today, but unfortunately I slept off, so I didn't give the address on time. Forgive me, Black Mentor. Big shout out to you. Thank you so much, every single person who has come on here tonight.
Thank you, sir. We're so
blessed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much. Even our guy Genius, where we don't agree with, we still appreciate you coming. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Remy. Who else came today that I have not said thank you to? My lovely sister, aka spiritual husband. I've forgotten her name. She's been with us all night. Thank you all so much. Take care, guys. God bless.
Thank you, dear. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.